Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me today, I really appreciate it. And just a quick shout out from the channel sponsor FS Academy for producing the best tutorials for MSFS 2020. Whether you've just started out or maybe you're a competent GA pilot or an airline captain, there is always a training package for you. And they've got a whole massive bundle of missions and training packs now, which I think has 40% discount as well. For the price of around $69, which does sound like a lot, but for that you get a whole syllabus of different training packages. Go check them out. Anyway, let's now talk about my dog Colin. Only joking. Basically, this video is, well, I'm going to answer the question, can you enjoy PC VR, especially flight simulation, without remortgaging the house? And there's one thing that has struck me every time. Is you can absolutely enjoy VR even with a mid-range computer. Check out this, for example. I'm running the Crystal Light using upscaled mode with the Reaver G2 as a baseline resolution at London City heavy cloud with a very cheap 13700F running a 4070. I think I'll have a link in the description below. If not, remind me. And I'm getting 40 frames per second. That's at London City with these settings. Now you might think, wow, those settings are quite low. But I've always said that VR, even at low settings, looks way better than ultra settings on a 2D flat screen where you just don't get any depth, you don't get any spatial awareness, you don't get any scale, any presence about the experience. So don't worry about lowering those settings down because you're going to appreciate the smoothness more than a few extra puffy clouds. And as you can see here, I'm back in the Crystal Light, and this kind of frame rate you might think is quite low, but it's not too bad at all. There's different things you can do as well, like running at 120 Hz and a locked 30 frames per second is actually quite smooth. And don't forget, this is with a 4070 running a 13700F CPU, which you can get for a decent price. Things like DLSS with FS sharpening, for example, will get you by, and if you're not too bothered about the sharpest visuals, because really the thing that bogs down your frame rate more than anything else is massive resolutions. But if you just scale that back a little bit, you'll be surprised what you can achieve. Now in terms of VR headsets, we probably have the best variety of devices that we've had in a very long time, since the sort of Oculus CV1 Vive Pro, Samsung Odyssey days, you know, and Valve Index. We now have a headset for every budget. Even a Rift S, if you can find a really good used one on eBay, is still a great headset. And actually that will run better than a Quest 2 because it's a DisplayPort connection headset, so your GPU doesn't have to work so hard, and the resolution is quite low, but you can super sample it and make it look pretty damn good. Just don't buy a Reaver G2, for God's sake. Don't buy one of those. Unfortunately, the support for WMR, I believe, is, well, basically disbanded at this point. But I don't know. It's strange. Microsoft, they don't even know what they're doing themselves when it comes to VR. They're just trying to be, well, they're trying to make everyone else do the work for them. Like Meta and Sony and perhaps even Valve. Oh, God. We're getting bounced around a bit here. I'm in the motion rig also, as always, so sorry if it's a bit jerky. But yeah, honestly, you don't have to buy a really expensive VR headset, and actually I wouldn't recommend you do that if you're new to VR. The best headset to get for anyone new to VR is the Quest 3. I feel everyone should have a Quest 3, to be honest, as their first headset, as their muckabout headset. And then after that, if you absolutely get bitten by the bug, like me, then go for a Crystal Light or something else. Now in terms of the best bang for your buck, talking of the Crystal Light, that is it. It really is a superb headset. It's the Reaver G2 replacement. So basically, in a nutshell, there is a pathway for you. Whether you've just started out with VR, you don't have a great deal of money to spend, there is a possibility for every budget now. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? But I do feel 2024 is a great time to get into VR. Take care and bye for now.